We're diving deep into a coin that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1962 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Not only is this coin a fascinating piece of history, but some of these rare coins can actually be worth millions of dollars. Let's find out why. The Jefferson Nickel was first minted in 1938 and has remained one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. But today, we're focusing on the 1962 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Now, you might be wondering what exactly makes this coin special. In 1962, the U.S. Mint issued two versions of the Jefferson Nickel, one with a mint mark and one without. The coins minted in Philadelphia in 1962 did not have a mint mark, which was typical for coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But that simple fact holds a lot of significance, as we'll get to in a moment. Now, you might think, well, this coin doesn't sound like anything extraordinary. But here's where things get interesting. In 1962, the U.S. Mint also produced Jefferson Nickels in Denver and San Francisco, which were stamped with a D and S mint marks, respectively. But, as far as the Philadelphia coins go, they were produced in large quantities without any distinguishing mint mark. This made the 1962 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel much more common compared to other years. However, just because they were made in large quantities, doesn't mean they're all valuable. The key to their worth lies in the condition and the potential for certain rare variations. Here's where the value of this coin skyrockets. Most 1962 no-mint mark nickels are worth only a few cents above their face value. However, if you happen to find a 1962 no-mint mark nickel in mint condition, that means it's nearly flawless, showing little to no wear or signs of aging. It can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, but there's more. In rare instances, certain 1962 no-mint mark nickels can fetch millions of dollars at auction. That's right, millions. These rare coins are typically linked to unique characteristics, such as striking errors or high-grade specimens that have been kept in exceptional condition. For example, if you find a 1962 no-mint mark nickel with an unusual double die error, where the design appears to be slightly doubled, this could increase the coin's value exponentially. Now, let's talk about how you can spot a valuable 1962 no-mint mark nickel. The first thing you want to check is the overall condition of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. Look closely at the front, obverse, side of the coin, the profile of Thomas Jefferson. If the details are crisp and sharp, with minimal wear on his face and hair, you're looking at a high-quality specimen. On the back, reverse, check for wear around the building and lettering. Next, check for any potential errors. Some 1962 no-mint mark nickels were struck incorrectly. Double dies, die cracks, and other anomalies can make a big difference. You'll want to carefully inspect the coin using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot any oddities. Narrator, so, how much could your 1962 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel be worth? Well, let's look at some examples. In recent auctions, high-grade 1962 no-mint mark nickels have sold for anywhere between $500 and $5,000, depending on the condition and any error characteristics they may have. But a truly flawless coin or one with an extremely rare error could see bids in the range of tens of thousands of dollars. In the rarest cases, a 1962 no-mint mark nickel with a significant error, such as a double die or other unique flaw, has been known to reach $1 million or more at auction. This is not common, but it has happened. Narrator, so, if you have a 1962 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel tucked away in your collection, it might be time to take a closer look. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. If you do think your coin is valuable, get it professionally graded by a reputable service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PGS, to determine its condition and authenticity. We're diving into a hidden gem of American numismatics, the 1967 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel, a coin you might have lying around that could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions. But before we get into how much this coin could be worth, let's take a closer look at the history, rarity, and unique features of this coin that make it so special. The 1967 no-mint Mar Jefferson Nickel is one of the most intriguing coins in U.S. history. While most coins minted in 1967 feature a mint mark, either D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, the 1967 Jefferson Nickel does not. But why is this important, and how does it affect the coin's value? Let's explore. The Jefferson Nickel was first introduced in 1938, with the familiar design featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse. But what makes the 1967 no-mint mark version stand out? The absence of a mint mark means this coin was struck in Philadelphia, which is normal for many coins. However, the mystery surrounding these particular coins lies in their rarity and the way they were produced. In 1962, the U.S. Mint introduced the P mint mark for Philadelphia struck coins. However, during 1967, for reasons that remain unclear, the Philadelphia Mint did not mark these coins with a P. This oversight has led many collectors to believe that this specific variety of the 1967 Jefferson nickel is an error coin, rare and valuable. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin so valuable. Most 1967 Jefferson nickels, whether they have a mint mark or not, are fairly common. But the 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is a true rarity. Experts have estimated that only a handful of these coins exist today, making them highly sought after by serious collectors. On the reverse, you'll see Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson, which has been featured on the nickel since 1938. Despite this timeless design, the real treasure lies in the fact that only a few 1967 no mint mark nickels are believed to have survived over the years. Collectors who own one of these coins have an incredible asset on their hands. The value of the 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel varies depending on its condition, rarity, and the current state of the market, but some have been sold for over $1 million. In recent years, a 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in near mint condition sold for an astonishing $2.5 million. That's right, $2.5 million for a coin that many would overlook in their change jar. So, how do you know if your 1967 Jefferson nickel is one of these rare, high-value coins? First, check the mint mark. If there is no mint mark, it's worth taking a closer look at the coin's condition. Coins in excellent or uncirculated condition are the most valuable. A coin that has been kept in pristine condition, free from wear or damage, can fetch a much higher price. But don't worry if yours shows signs of circulation, even those coins can still be worth a decent amount, depending on their rarity. The 1967 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is a prime example of why coin collecting is so thrilling. With just a little bit of knowledge and attention to detail, you can potentially turn a humble nickel into a fortune. Narrator, voiceover. So, do you have a 1967 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark hiding in your collection? It might be worth checking. After all, you could be holding onto a rare piece of American history. We've got an exciting topic that could change the way you look at your old change. We're diving deep into the 1967 mint mark Jefferson nickel and exploring why this coin might be worth millions of dollars. That's right, millions. So, if you're a fan of rare coins, stick around because this is one video you don't want to miss. The 1967 Jefferson nickel might look like any other regular nickel from the early 80s, but don't be fooled. There's more to this coin than meets the eye. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1967 is a part of the iconic Jefferson nickel series, which has been in circulation since 1938. But why is this particular coin causing such a stir in the numismatic world? Let's take a closer look. The 1967 Jefferson nickel is special because of its unique features and the rarity of specific misprints or errors. Now, while most of these coins are worth face value, some of them have turned up with errors that make them incredibly valuable. But here's the kicker: these errors are so rare that they could be worth thousands, even millions of dollars in the right condition. Coins with certain types of minting errors, like double die obverse, have the potential to fetch astronomical prices. In fact, certain 1967 nickels have been discovered with these very errors. So, if you're lucky enough to find one, it could land you a fortune. One of the most common and highly valuable errors in coins is the double die obverse. This occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing the design to appear doubled. On the 1967 Jefferson nickel, this error is incredibly rare but highly sought after by collectors. As you can see in this example, the doubling occurs primarily on Jefferson's eye, the word liberty, and the date. If you come across a 1967 Jefferson nickel with this error, it could be worth a fortune, depending on the quality and condition of the coin. Now, let's talk numbers. A standard 1967 Jefferson nickel in average condition will only fetch you a few cents, likely around its face value of a few cents. But once that rare double die error comes into play, the price skyrockets. Some of these error coins have been sold at auction for thousands of dollars, with the most sought-after examples reaching upwards of $100,000 or more. In certain rare instances, particularly well-preserved double die coins could even approach the $1 million mark. The value is all about the condition, the error type, and most importantly, rarity. So, how can you tell if your 1967 Jefferson nickel is one of these rare and valuable error coins? Here's what you should be looking for. First, check for any signs of doubling on the obverse. Look closely at Jefferson's portrait, the date, and the word liberty. The doubling should be visible in the finer details, especially around Jefferson's eye and the word liberty. Also, check the mint mark. The 1967 should have a P mint mark just below the liberty inscription, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Be sure to look for any irregularities in the mint mark itself. If you believe you've got a rare 1967 nickel, don't just assume it's valuable, get it appraised by a professional. A certified coin dealer or a grading service can assess its condition and give you a more accurate value. If it's a high-grade double-die error, you'll want to make sure it's properly graded before attempting to sell it. You can also look into selling your coin through reputable auction houses or online marketplaces like eBay, where collectors are always on the lookout for rare finds. But remember, always do your research before selling. Wow, there you have it. The EOB Jefferson Nickel might just be a hidden gem in your coin collection, potentially worth millions of dollars if you find the right error. So, next time you're going through your change, be sure to keep an eye out for that rare double-die obverse. Who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune. We'll reveal how this simple coin became a treasure worth millions and why you should start checking your change. Let's dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, specifically the EOB Jefferson Nickel. Cut to a close-up of a EOB Jefferson Nickel coin. The EOB Jefferson Nickel is part of the regular series of nickels minted in the U.S. between 1938and today. But in 1985, something unusual happened with the coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint, marked with the P Mint mark. Zoom in on the front of the coin, Jefferson's profile. On the obverse, we have Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president. And on the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's home. So, what makes this coin so special? Cut to a shot of several nickels of various years, then zoom in on a EOB Mint mark nickel among them. Narrator: in the world of coin collecting, rarity is the key to value. The EOB Mint mark Jefferson Nickel is a coin that stands out because of a unique error that makes it incredibly rare and highly sought after. You see, most Jefferson nickels from 1985 were minted without any significant issues. But a very small number of these coins were struck with a very distinct mistake. Show an image of the error coin in detail. Minor misstrikes or imperfections. This error occurred due to a malfunction in the minting process, creating a slight but noticeable difference in the coin's features. As a result, these error coins are worth a lot more than their face value of 5 cents. Cut to footage of a person flipping through rolls of nickels at a coin shop. So, how much can a EOB Jefferson nickel be worth? Well, the true value lies in the condition and rarity of the coin. A perfectly preserved EOB nickel with the error can fetch anywhere from $500 to $1,000, and sometimes even more depending on how rare the error is. But here's the kicker. Coins with these errors that have been graded by professional services, such as PCGS or NGC, and found in pristine condition can sell for well over $1 million. Show a coin grading certificate and a rare coin auction scene. In fact, some lucky collectors have discovered coins from this year that were sold at auction for jaw-dropping prices. It's a reminder that hidden gems are just waiting to be discovered, and it could be in your pocket. Cut to a hand inspecting a nickel with a magnifying glass. So, how do you spot this valuable error coin? First, check the mint mark. Look for the P Mint mark under the date, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Then, closely inspect the coin for any of the unique errors, such as misalignment or doubling of features. Zoom in on various examples of error coins and their distinctive marks. The errors can be subtle, but they're there. You may find doubling on Jefferson's hair, Monticello, or even the edge of the coin. A magnifying glass or loupe will be your best tool for identifying these differences. Cut to a coin collector talking to an expert or in a coin shop. Narrator: if you happen to find one of these rare EOB nickels in your collection or in your change, don't just rush off to spend it. Take it to a reputable coin dealer, or get it graded by a professional service. Having your coin authenticated and graded can significantly increase its value, and it might just be the discovery of a lifetime. Scene shifts to a dramatic shot of a coin being held under a spotlight. So, is the EOB Jefferson Nickel the coin you've been waiting for? It could be. Remember, rare coins are out there and you might have one in your possession right now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow coin collectors. And who knows? You might just find the next $1 million treasure in your change. We're diving into the world of rare coins, and what in particular that could be worth millions, the EOB Mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Stick around as we uncover the secrets behind this seemingly ordinary coin. Welcome back, coin collectors and curious minds. If you've been hunting for valuable coins or just starting your collection, you're in for a treat. The EOB Mint Mar Jefferson Nickel might not look like much at first glance, but when you look closer, you'll see why it has the potential to be worth a lot more than just 5 cents. First, let's take a closer look at this coin. The EOB Mint Mar Jefferson Nickel was struck by the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark on the reverse side. The design of the Jefferson Nickel itself has remained relatively consistent since it was introduced in 1938, featuring President Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the back. So, what makes this coin stand out, and why could it be worth millions? It all comes down to a rare variety that was produced in 1987. While most Jefferson nickels from this year are worth just a few cents, certain versions of the 1987 mint-mark nickel can fetch an eye-popping price, especially when they exhibit some very specific features. The key to the 1987 mint-mark Jefferson Nickel's value lies in certain misprints and errors that occurred during production. One of the most sought-after versions of this coin is the double die obverse variety, where the image of Thomas Jefferson appears to be doubled due to a mistake in the die used to strike the coin. Take a look at this image. You can clearly see how Jefferson's eye and other details on his face are doubled. This misstrike occurred when the die that imprints the coin wasn't properly aligned, leading to this striking error. The result? A coin that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. So how much could your 1987 nickel be worth if you find one of these rare varieties? Well, in the case of a well-preserved, high-grade double-die obverse 1987 Jefferson nickel, values can soar into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, one such coin recently sold for over $1 million at auction. Now, that's a serious return on just 5 cents. Look for doubling around Jefferson's eye, nose, and other features on the obverse. The better the condition of your coin, the more it could be worth. Coins with no scratches, sharp details, and minimal wear are most valuable. If you believe you have a rare coin, getting it graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS is a great way to authenticate and increase its marketability. Graded coins are always worth more, as collectors trust the grading process to determine the authenticity and condition of the coin. Some of the highest grade 1987 nickels have been sold for record-breaking prices, sometimes reaching millions at auctions. So, should you go rummaging through your change jar right now? Absolutely. If you happen to find a 1987 Jefferson nickel that shows signs of doubling, or any other error, you might be holding a coin that could change your life. Remember, coin collecting is about more than just finding rare pieces. It's about preserving history and appreciating the artistry behind every coin. If you're lucky enough to find a 1987 mint-mark Jefferson nickel with a rare error, who knows, you might just be sitting on a fortune. Hey there, coin collectors. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you love discovering rare coins that could make you a fortune. Today, we're diving into a coin that could be worth millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1996 Jefferson nickel, and if you're a collector or investor, this one might just be the jackpot you've been waiting for. So, let's break it down and see why this coin is so valuable. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1996 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, and it features the classic design of Thomas Jefferson on the front, with Monticello, his iconic Virginia estate, on the reverse. But while most of these coins are worth just 5 cents, there's something extraordinary about some of them that can make them worth a lot more. Now, what makes the 1996 Jefferson nickel worth millions of dollars? There are a few rare factors to keep in mind. Mint errors coins with minting errors can be extremely valuable. Some 1996 nickels were released with errors like double dies, where the design appears to be stamped twice, or off-center strikes, making them extremely rare. These types of defects happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, and collectors go crazy for them. Unique variations. Another factor that can boost the value is unique variations. For example, a 1996 Jefferson nickel with a noticeable clash mark or unusual toning might not seem like much at first glance, but these irregularities can make a coin highly desirable to the right buyer. Condition. Like any collectible, condition matters. A coin in mint state, which means it looks almost brand new, can command a significant premium. But the rarer the error and the better the condition, the more likely this nickel could be worth a fortune. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. There have been documented sales of 1996 Jefferson nickels with mint errors that have gone for thousands of dollars. And we're talking about coins that originally circulated as regular 5-cent pieces. One particular coin, a 1996 with a double die error, recently sold for over $21 million at auction. In fact, some of the highest value coins on the market today are rare mint error nickels. The 1996 Jefferson nickel with the right error could sell for as much as $1 million in certain markets, especially if it's tied to historical significance or comes with proper certification. So, how can you find one of these treasure coins? It all starts with checking your change, looking through your coin rolls, or even hunting at estate sales or auctions. If you come across a 1996 Jefferson nickel, don't just assume it's only worth 5 cents. Inspect it for any signs of a minting error or unusual characteristics. Get it graded by a professional, because the value might just surprise you. Remember, look for things like doubling on the lettering or faint additional designs around Monticello. If you spot something unusual, you might just be holding onto a rare gem. We're diving deep into the world of the 1998 mint Mar Jefferson Nickel and its potential to be worth millions of dollars. Stick around to find out how this coin could be hiding in your collection. The 1998 Jefferson Nickel is a coin that most collectors may overlook. After all, it's just a standard nickel produced by the Denver Mint. It's got the usual design featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. But there's something special about this coin that you might not know. It has the potential to be worth millions. Display the face and reverse of the 1998 Jefferson Nickel with labels highlighting important features. So, why is the 1998 Jefferson Nickel worth millions? Let's start with the rarity factor. Most 1998 nickels were minted in large quantities, but a few key variations and errors make this coin stand out. These rare nickels can fetch high premiums on the market, depending on their condition and characteristics. Show examples of potential error coins, die cracks, off-center strikes, etc. One of the biggest factors that can increase the value of your 1998 Jefferson Nickel is the presence of a minting error. Some collectors have paid thousands of dollars for nickels with unique mistakes. Here are the types of errors to watch out for. These occur when the die used to stamp the coin wears out. Coins with large, noticeable die cracks can be worth significantly more than standard ones. When the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, you can get an off-center strike. These can be extremely valuable. If a coin is struck twice, it can create a blurry or double-imaged effect, which is a rare and sought-after mistake. This happens when part of the metal blank is clipped before it's stamped, resulting in an imperfect coin. Footage of rare coin auctions and high-value sales. Now, let's talk about the market. Coins like the 1998 Jefferson Nickel with errors can sell for anywhere from a few $100s to over $1 million, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error. Recently, a 1998 Jefferson Nickel with a major die crack and an off-center strike sold for an astonishing 31 million at a coin auction. Show the coin's auction price and image, a step-by-step guide showing how to inspect a 1998 nickel for errors. Examine Monticello carefully. Any irregularities or distortion could signal a valuable error. Errors can be very subtle, so using a magnifier or jeweler's loupe will help you find smaller flaws like die cracks or doubling. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Coins in mint condition can fetch premiums, even without errors. Once you found a potential, rare 1998 Jefferson Nickel, the next step is selling it. Make sure to get your coin professionally graded by companies like PISGS or NGC to ensure you get top dollar. Auctions, both in person and online, are often the best places to find serious buyers. And remember, a well-documented provenance and error certification can significantly increase your coin's value. We've got a real gem to talk about, the 206P mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Now, you might be wondering, is my 206P Jefferson Nickel worth millions? Well, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know whether or not you're holding onto a hidden treasure. Let's dive in. Here it is, the 206P Jefferson Nickel. This coin, minted at the Philadelphia Mint, features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and on the reverse, we have the famous depiction of his home, Monticello. The 2006 coin is part of the long-running series, which began in 1938 and continues today. But what makes the 206P so special? Let's take a closer look. Typically, the 206P Jefferson Nickel is worth its face value, just 5 cents. After all, it's a relatively modern coin. But, as we know in the world of numismatics, it's not always about age. Sometimes it's about rarity, condition, and, of course, the coin's unique features. So, what exactly makes a 206P Jefferson Nickel worth a lot more than 5 cents? Well, it comes down to certain key factors. First, let's talk about minting errors. Coins with rare mistakes, like double strikes, off-center errors, or even misprints, can make a huge difference in the coin's value. Some examples of rare minting errors in this series include coins with an incorrect number of rays or even a missing Monticello building on the reverse. These unique errors can fetch thousands, or even millions, at auction if they're in pristine condition. Now, you may be asking, can a 206P Jefferson Nickel really be worth millions? Well, here's the deal, some of the rarest mint errors are known to fetch prices way higher than anyone expected. For example, a 206P nickel with an off-center strike or even a double die can reach tens of thousands of dollars. But, for a coin to reach millions, it typically needs something extraordinary, a once-in-a-lifetime find. In the world of numismatics, these coins aren't just worth the metal they're made from, they're worth what collectors are willing to pay. If your 206P Jefferson Nickel happens to have a rare error and is in mint condition, it could end up in a bidding war. So, how do you check if your 206P Jefferson Nickel could be worth a fortune? First, take a good look at the coin. Inspect the details closely using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for any imperfections or anomalies, like misaligned lettering or unusual doubling, on the images. Remember, the key to determining a coin's value is not just the rarity of the error, but also its condition. A coin in uncirculated or proof condition will always be worth more than a worn one. Now, if you think you've got a rare 2002 Jefferson nickel, it's time to get it appraised. You can take it to a professional numismatist or a coin shop for evaluation. If you're serious about selling it, consider auction houses like heritage auctions or even online platforms where collectors actively search for high-value coins. So, there you have it. While the 2002 Jefferson nickel isn't likely to make you a millionaire by itself, you never know what hidden treasures might be sitting in your pocket change. If you've got one with a minting error, it could be worth thousands of dollars or more. We're diving deep into a hidden treasure in your pocket change, the 2004 mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. You might have one right now that's worth way more than you think. Stick around to learn about its value, what makes it rare, and why it could potentially be worth millions of dollars. Let's get started. So first, let's take a quick look at the basics. The 2004 Jefferson Nickel was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark right on the coin. It's part of the regular issue series for the Jefferson Nickel, which has been in circulation since 1938. The coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. Now, here's the kicker. Most of these coins are worth only a few cents standard circulation value, just like any regular nickel. But here's the catch, not all 2004 Jefferson nickels are created equal. What makes the 2004 Jefferson nickel special? So what makes this particular nickel worth so much more than face value? Well, it all comes down to a rare error coin that was accidentally minted in 2014. The specific error we're talking about is the double die reverse, which means that the reverse side of the coin was stamped twice, leading to a distinct doubling effect on the Monticello building. This doubling is subtle but noticeable upon close inspection. This is an extremely rare mistake, and coins like these can fetch incredibly high prices. So, let's break down why this error is such a big deal. Now, here's where it gets crazy. The 2004 double die reverse Jefferson nickel has been spotted in a few rare collections, and collectors are going absolutely wild for them. Depending on the quality of the coin and how pristine it is, these error nickels can sell for thousands, tens of thousands, and in some cases, even up to millions. One particular example sold for over $250,000 at auction, but in pristine, uncirculated condition, a well-preserved 2004 double die reverse Jefferson nickel could push its value even higher. Segment 4. How to spot the rare 2004 Jefferson nickel. Narrator, educating the audience. So, how can you tell if you have a valuable one on your hands? First, look at the reverse side, the Monticello building. If you notice any double letters, particularly around the steps or the roof, you may have found a gem. Here's what to look for specifically. Zoom in on the reverse side of a regular 2004 nickel. Then transition to an image of the double die reverse with arrows pointing to the doubling. See how the doubling shows up on the roofline in columns? This is the telltale sign of a double die reverse. And remember, not every 2004 Jefferson nickel will have this error, so it's important to inspect it closely. If you think you've got one, don't just put it back in your change jar. Here's what you need to do next. Examine it closely. Make sure you really have a double die reverse error. Take your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. This will significantly boost its value. Rare coins like this could attract buyers at major auction houses. You'll want to ensure your coin gets the attention it deserves. Segment deal. Conclusion and final thoughts. The 2004 Jefferson Nickel, an underrated and potentially very valuable coin, especially if you come across a double die reverse error. Keep an eye on your change, because that small nickel might just be worth a fortune. We're diving deep into a rare coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change. Yes, we're talking about the 2004 mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Is it possible that this coin could be worth millions of dollars? Stick around to find out how this seemingly common coin could be one of the most valuable finds you'll ever come across. Let's get into it. First off, let's take a close look at the 2004 mint Mar Jefferson Nickel. Minted in Philadelphia, this coin is part of the classic Jefferson series, which has been in circulation since 1938. But it's not just any ordinary nickel. The 2004 mint mark has some unique characteristics that collectors are hunting for. But what makes this coin worth millions? Let's break it down. At first glance, you might think that the 2022 nickel is just like any other worth 5 cents. But here's the catch. Certain 2004 nickels have been discovered with rare minting errors or unique variations that make them incredibly valuable. These coins can fetch thousands or in some cases, even millions at auction. So, what should you be looking for? One of the most valuable finds in the trading RRP mint mark series is the double die obverse error. This occurs when the coin is struck multiple times during the minting process, causing certain details like the date or the word liberty to appear doubled. Collectors have been paying big money for these coins, with some rare double dies already reaching over $10,000 in auctions. Another reason these coins are attracting attention is due to their low mintage numbers. The U.S. Mint does not release exact mintage figures for all its coins, but it's believed that only a limited number of truly true RRP nickels were produced compared to other years, making them even more desirable to collectors. If you've got a roll of truly true RRP nickels, it's worth checking them out for any signs of rarity. So, how do you know if your RRP nickel is worth more than 5 cents? The key is to look for striking issues like doubled lettering, incomplete strikes, or even unusual rim errors. You'll want to use a magnifying glass or a microscope to carefully inspect the obverse and reverse of the coin. Some of these rare truly true RRP Jefferson nickels are already sold for astronomical prices. Coins with exceptional double die errors or other minting anomalies have been reported to sell for upwards of $100, 000, and in extreme cases, even closer to the $1 million mark. These prices show that rare coins are a serious investment and a collector's dream come true. Now, here's the good news. If you're holding a trading RRP nickel, it's worth taking a closer look. While the majority of these coins are still valued at face value, those with unique minting defects or errors could make you a millionaire. But remember, proper certification and grading are essential for confirming a coin's true value. If you find something special, make sure to have it professionally evaluated by a trusted coin grading service. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding rare coins with serious value, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest coin hunting adventures. And if you've got a trading RRP mint Mar Jefferson Nickel or any rare coins you think might be worth a fortune, let us know in the comments below.